Soft guy era men are refusing to date broke women. So these men are not messing around. Women are frantic. Women are furious. They see what's going on. They know that these men are not tolerating this game anymore, and men are basically flipping the script on them. That little Miss Sprinkle lady, she's reeling right now because women are now distancing themselves from Miss Sprinkle because they're taking everything Miss Sprinkle said, flipping it on its head, and tossing it all right back at women. Guys, check this comment out. This was from Men Being Happy. He posted this on one of my videos. The video, women are learning more about soft guy era, and instantly starts hating. Well, he commented and he said, if she can't make you richer, you need to ditch her. Drizzle, drizzle. Guys, these men are not, they're not playing around. They're not playing around. This is why women are scared. Because women don't have this kind of money. Women don't have, basically, they've been living these privileged lives where men have to take them out and all this nonsense. Men are now saying, no, if you are not a brokey, you can take me on a date. You have all these songs about Miss Independent, I have my own money, and all of this other stuff. Well, if we are equal, all things being said and done, you can take me out on a date. You can cover the cost. You can buy me an iPhone 15. And you guys want women treatment. So you're saying that being treated like a woman is a bad thing? You're saying that being a woman is a bad thing? No, but being treated like treating a man like a woman, that's effeminate. You don't want to be a masculine man. What about toxic masculinity? You've told us for years how toxic masculinity is, or how toxic masculinity can be. And we need a softer, more feminine version of masculinity that's more in line with women, right? So what we're doing is we're taking the same exact stuff that you've been doing and integrating it into masculinity. So, for example, you like nice things. You like to be taken care of. You don't want no brokies. You don't want no dusties. These are the exact same things you're saying. We're in agreement with you. We don't want those things either. You don't want some dude working at McDonald's. I mean, you've said it countless times. You don't want some dude working at McDonald's. You want a guy who has his money, who is on his money, who is on his mission. You said leave those jobs at McDonald's alone. Leave those jobs in retail alone. Hell, you've even told us to leave jobs as police officers and firefighters alone. Okay? You said that these men are brokies. So when we say that we want the same thing, we don't want no brokies. All right? You need to have doctor money. You need to have attorney money. And when I say attorney, I don't mean a little $75,000 a year. That's not money to us. You can't take care of us on $75,000 a year. You can't pay our rent on $75,000 a year. You can't take us traveling on $75,000 a year. So miss us with that. We like nice things, okay? They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. Bitcoin is a man's best friend. If you really like us and you really want to show us that you care, buy us a Bitcoin. Y'all, I am so serious. Oh my goodness, guys, could you imagine? Could y'all imagine if men are like, okay, so you want to be in a relationship with us, or you want to no, buy us a Bitcoin. We want some Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin. Nothing says I care like Bitcoin. Nothing says I care like Bitcoin. Oh, you want to know how to get some Bitcoin? We'll help you with that. We'll send you the instructions. We will send you the instructions so you can learn how to go and buy us some Bitcoin. Ladies did it to themselves. Ladies, they played themselves with this. And now they're out here crying and moaning and going on like this. Like, come on. Come on. Put on your big girl panties and be an adult. Okay? Be an adult. Okay? You decided that this is what you wanted to do. You're the ones who did this. Now you need to live with it. And other women are basically laughing at these women. There's a lot of women laughing at them.
Listen, when I said these women were going to come out, they did. They did. Y'all did not disappoint. I don't know how many times I got called a pick me, which quite frankly is not offensive to me in the slightest. You could call me a pick me all day long. It it does not offend me. honestly, like, all you're doing is pushing me out to the women that are going to call me a pick me so I can piss them off for the day. Because quite frankly, I don't care. I like some random person's opinion on the internet is not going to trigger me to the point where I'm going to get upset about it. Saying that I have internalized misogyny is, to me, it's laughable. It's laughable because I'm going to support men. I'm just going to. Sorry. I think men are important to this world. I think men are important to our society. And no, I'm not talking about the men that are absolute disgusting pigs. No, nobody supports that. So the fact that I'm going to get ragged on for supporting men is it.
Now, notice what she did right there. And this is how you can see that you're dealing with chameleons, because she said absolute disgusting pigs. Absolute disgusting pigs. Guys, who would say something like that? In other words, if you don't fall in line with their beliefs and their behaviors, you are a disgusting pig. There's a lot of guys, that's a very, very interesting way of putting it. Absolute disgusting pigs. And who are those guys? Chad and Tyrone? Because those are the men that women love. Those are the men that women commit themselves to. This is why I keep telling you guys right now, a lot of these women, they see the writing on the wall. They see the writing on the wall. They're well aware that, this is a ripe, like, not only is an opportunity, we're in some very hard times right now. A woman without a man in this world it's a very hard thing, because while women can handle momentary pain, for example, women can go through childbirth just fine, and they can deal with the pain of childbirth just fine, but they cannot deal with the prolonged suffering beyond that. A man, on the other hand, could experience something very similar in terms of the pain, and they would be in horrendous amounts of pain. But guess what? They are more capable of handling that pain for a long and prolonged period of time, because men are built for suffering. We were born to suffer. When God condemned men for their sins in the Garden of Eden, and he said that we would basically work for the rest of our lives, and our lifespan would basically be reduced, because we were essentially effectively immortal before, and we were stripped of our immortality. Guess what? For most guys, most men just shrug their shoulders like, yeah, that's just life, because we were born for suffering. Before God condemned us, he had already made us in such a way that we could handle it. We can handle the suffering. We can handle working every day for the rest of our lives. It's how we were designed. Guess what? What did God do as soon as he made men? He put them to work. Notice he did not make Eve as a worker. He made Eve to be a helper, to help man along his journey, because life is one big journey. He immediately put men to work, because that is what men are designed for, to have purpose. And we often find purpose through our work. But to be clear, in modern society, we end up doing menial jobs and jobs that mean nothing to us so that we can survive. And that's an unfortunate reality. But a woman without a man in this world, it's very hard, because most women, not most, all women in Western society, they traded men for the government. So women are now under the authority of the state. Before, women were under the authority of men. Now they are under the authority of the state, yet they think that they are free. They think that they are powerful. Okay? And they think that they've won all of these rights. They have not. They do not have rights. They have privileges. Just like if you look at the Constitution, George Carlin said this many years ago. He said that Bill of Rights, they are not rights. They are privileges. Read it very carefully. They are privileges that can be taken away at any given time. And we've seen this happen countless times, where constitutional rights are frozen. What happens when you go to prison? Okay? A number of your constitutional rights are frozen. Think about that very carefully. Even if you don't go to prison, many of your constitutional rights can be violated, depending on the situation. A police officer could violate your constitutional rights depending on the situation. Just think about it very, very carefully. They are not a Bill of Rights. They are a Bill of Privileges that can be taken away at any given time. You want another example? The Second Amendment. The Second Amendment if we are to take it literal, you would not be able to put all of these provisions around who is allowed to participate in the Second Amendment. Do you see that? Not just anyone can participate in the Second Amendment. There's not supposed to, there's no, okay, well, when you're 18 years old, that's when you're 21 years old. There's no such thing. And yet, they've been amending the Constitution for years and creating their own system and rules and all these other things and regulations. And even without those things, they'll snatch your rights away. Because they're never right. They're not actually rights. They're privileges, something women don't comprehend. I've said this plenty of times. A country without its men is not a country. A country without its men is a wasteland. Guys, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget I have another channel called Angry where I discuss gaming, anime, geek stuff, nerd stuff, real world stuff, and whatever else interests me. There's a link to a description in the video. Go check the channel out, subscribe to the channel, support my work. And if you're enjoying the content on this channel and you want even more content like this content, then head over to Men Walking Away. I post daily videos on that channel every day. And the videos are basically just like the content that you get on the Angry Guy channel. So if you want even more Angry Guy content, head over to Men Walking Away. There's a link to the Men Walking Away channel in the description of the video. Go check it out, subscribe to the channel, enjoy the content, support my work. Guys, soft guy era men are refusing to date broke women. They said no more broke girls. They say no more brokies. And women are fierce about this. Drizzle. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA and Walking Away. And cheers.